Hey guys, and welcome to the first of many Wednesday's tip of the week to keep it cheap. In this week's video, we're going to be talking about pest control. I know it's been a bit of a problem for me, and I'm sure a lot of you are having the same problems. So, what we're going to talk about is some alternatives to the more expensive pest control options out there, like the neem oil and peppermint oil, which does work amazing. But for me and my budget, it's a little bit out there, and I was able to find some other alternatives that I already have in my house that work just as well, so I can do it for free, and I'd like to share that with you. So let's get right into it, and if you stick to the end, I'll tell you how you can keep your mammals out of your garden as well. So that means all your mice, rats, squirrels, rabbits, all of it won't be a problem for you after this video. All right, so let's get right into it. If you have snails or slugs as one of your pests, what you're going to want to do is set up some traps. Now, you will normally see beer traps is going to be the first thing that pops up. There's an alternative to beer. Not everybody drinks, and sometimes I might have a glass of wine, but I don't really drink beer. I don't have beer in my house. But since I have kids, I do happen to have grape juice, and it does work just as good as the beer. And you can use the rinds from your oranges or grapefruit if you use those as traps. They work great. You can sit it right on top of the soil. You don't have to bury it in like you would with a plastic bottle because of the texture. They can slide right up in there. But if you're going to use a bottle, if it's a small water bottle like this or a larger one, you're just going to cut the bottom, fill it with your beer or grape juice, and bury it down so that it's wherever you cut it is right at soil level. So as they're doing their slithering around, they can slide right in there. Once they go in, they're not coming back out. So bye-bye snails and slugs. And we're going to move right on to the next one. And this is going to be about our spider mites and aphids. And I have had some problems with these. Personally, this has been my biggest pest issue. So I have a few different options for these. The first one is going to be a pepper spray. Now, you can use black pepper, red pepper, you can use cayenne pepper, chili pepper, you can even use hot sauce. Either one of those will work just fine. What you're going to do is take 2 tablespoons of the pepper or the hot sauce, whichever, and you're going to take approximately 6 drops of dish soap, just a little tiny bit, probably equaling, I'd say, a quarter of a teaspoon, and you're going to mix that with a gallon of water and go ahead and spray on your plants. You do not have to worry about it hurting your plants. It's perfectly fine. I promise. I've used it and it worked. My plants are still kicking. The next one is going to be soapy water, where you take 5 tablespoons of dish soap, preferably Dawn, and you mix that with 4 cups of water and spray your plants. Bye-bye bugs. Another suggestion for these is if you do have an area where you have a hose or something a little stronger than a little watering can, if you can give them a good blast of water, it will knock some of those bugs off, but you still need to follow through with one of these remedies to make sure that they're killed, the eggs are gone, and you won't have to see them again. So let's get into the next one. The next one is a tomato leaf spray. And if you're growing tomatoes, you're going to have some tomato leaves. So what you're going to do is you're going to soak about 1 to 2 cups of the mashed tomato leaves. You can chop them, you can just smush them as much as you can, and you're going to soak them in a bucket overnight. I'd say in about 1.5 to 2 gallons of water, give or take. I say, a bucket about this big overnight. with all of your tomato leaves as smushed as you can get them. And then after 24 hours, you are going to thoroughly strain it, either in a mesh, a real tight mesh strainer, or cheesecloth. You want all of the chunks out of it. You do not want to get your spray bottle all clogged up with chopped up tomato leaves. And after you do that, you're going to want to further dilute that with an additional 2 cups of water. So that gives you even more. And then you can spray your plants, save what you have, and you'll have that. It'll still be usable for a month. And then you just make more as needed. Okay, so let's get into the next one. The next one is fantastic. This will take care of a lot of issues. It is any leaf-eating pests, any of them. And it's a herbal spray. It's fantastic. All you need are some herbs. It's great. What you need to do is you need to mash about 1 to 2 cups of sage, thyme, rosemary, or white clover, or any combination of the latter. Take those leaves, mash them up, then add them to about 2 to 4 cups of water and soak those overnight. Again, just like the earlier one, strain thoroughly in the mesh strainer or through cheesecloth. And then again, you're going to further dilute it by adding another 2 to 4 cups of water. And then add about 1 teaspoon of dish soap to that, because the dish soap is going to help it adhere to the plants a little bit better and help it spread further and take care of more of your pests. So here we are at the end, and I have an extra little tip for you if you have a fruit fly problem. Take a small bowl, like a cereal bowl, and fill it up with some apple cider vinegar and just a little tiny squirt of some dish soap. The scent of it will attract them, and when they go to feed on it, they'll die. So no more fruit flies hanging around your compost bin if you happen to have that problem, like I did until we put the bowl out there. And here we are for mammal protection. What to do with your mice, your rabbits, your squirrels, all of it. All you need is some Irish Spring bar soap and a grater. That's it. You just grate the soap so it looks basically like shredded cheese. Put it all around your plants. They don't like the smell. It will actually repel them, keep them away. They won't even come anywhere near it. And you will be pest free. All right. That covers it with all the tips I have for pest control. If you have any tips that I didn't cover, please comment and let me know. I love to learn new things. And if you're new and you're not subscribed, make sure to click that button and ring that bell so you don't miss any more videos. I hope you enjoyed our time together today, and we'll see you next time.